Hey you guys, what is going on? It's Shaquan here from SLFX Trading, and in today's video I want to do a recap of a trade that I took yesterday on US30. I was supposed to do this video yesterday. Life gets busy, you guys. Things get in the way. Life has to be done. But I want to talk about this trade that I took. Really good trade, but I also want to teach on high volatility and different trading styles for just a quick second. So there are mainly three, it's technically four trading styles out there as far as holding trades, how long you hold a trade for. You have your scalpers who hold trades for a few seconds to a few minutes. Then you have your day traders who hold trades for up to 24 hours. Then swing traders who hold trades for more than 24 hours. Then position traders who like to hold trades for more than 24 hours but are technically investors because they're holding and they're building positions and they're not getting out of their trades for a few months up to a few years. There's not a lot of position traders in the forex market. There are more so scalpers, day traders, and swing traders. And I think in the beginning of your trading career, it is important to pick one style of trading. Basically, how long you want to hold your trade for. Now, I've been in the market for about 5 or 6 years. And I can say that I went back and forth with my trading style. In the beginning, I was a day trader. Then I transitioned to a swing trader for a couple of years. Now I'm adding back day trading, which has really made me hone in and focus a lot more versus being everywhere in the market. One thing that I've really toggled with was pairs that I want to trade, how many I want to trade, markets I want to trade, and things as such. And so it really does take some time to really niche down because it's all about your time availability, right? If you're anything like me, you wear multiple hats. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I work from home, I'm a coach, right? Business owner. And, a lot of those things can get tied into what you do with trading. And if you overwhelm yourself, and I know for women, it's easy to get overwhelmed. So if you overwhelm yourself, you can really begin to doubt yourself. You can become stressed and put yourself in stressful positions that you really don't want to be in. So I want to talk about that really quick because we're going to tie it into today's video. So let's talk about US30 and what's going on. The last, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in the market, price has really shot up. Price has really skyrocketed. And this is an area that we call high volatility, where there is momentum, where there's a lot of momentum in the market. The market's not having deep fluctuations on a higher time frame. And this is what people will call to the moon, right? Price is just skyrocketing, going up. So if you're a person like me who likes to enter trades off the daily time frame, you cannot do so. You're not going to get a very good risk to reward. You are not going to be able to really find positions in this particular indice to hold your trade or to get out of your trade for take profit. So you really have to drop down and ride the short burst of fluctuations. So as you guys see here, I have this area as a highlighted area where I say this is best for day traders and scalpers, because what they're going to do is drop down in time frames, right? Because this side over here, this left side is my daily time frame. They're going to drop down in time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, whatever have you, to find their entries. And this is one thing that I have found myself doing and on this particular indice now that I've been able to trade it. Now I want to go ahead and give this disclaimer. I have 2 different accounts, okay? So I have my Owanda account for Forex, because when you're dealing with Owanda, you can't trade gold, you can't trade indices, you can't trade crypto. You can only trade minors, majors, and exotic currency pairs. Then I have this other account that I've been working on that I will do a full-length video on in the future, because I'm dealing with a prop firm right now, and they do allow us to trade indices, and they do allow us to trade crypto, and they do allow us to trade bonds and Forex, or currencies. And so I've been able to do this challenge account over there. So I'm going to make a full video over my experience next week, okay? But nonetheless, so I've been able to trade US30 now, and I've been having to drop down to catch trades on this particular indice. Now, keep in mind, you guys, dealing with US30 in the past month is the first time I've ever traded it, and I've liked it so far. I see why people who get put onto US30 don't trade a lot of currencies once they start trading US30. I can understand why now. I know a popular guy who does this is Q Banks, and he's a day trader, right? And you know, he's really great at just trading this indice, and I can understand why now. So it's like, wow, it's like a big eye opener, right? So I want to give him and pay him that homage. So one thing here that I really want us to pay attention to is how price on the 4-hour time frame. Let's deal with the 4-hour right now. So on this particular time frame, dealing with the 4-hour, let's actually break this down. So if you watch my very last US30 chart or US30 video that I did here on TradingView, then you know how I entered the trade around this area. And so what's happened now, price had made a new higher high here around 36,000. And when she made that new higher high, I was watching it as price pushed up here, took me out for profits, was really happy about that. But then I saw that she made this inverted hammer. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's going to push back down, right? Now, let's talk about counter trend trading. This is another different type of trading style. And when it comes to counter trend trading, you're basically trading against the natural flow of the market. Now, I don't typically like to counter trend trade. I will be honest about it. One of the reasons why I don't like to counter trend trade is because if you counter too early, especially dealing with an index like this, you're out for a lot of money, because this thing moves by ticks or price points, which means in Forex, we're dealing with cents. In US30, you're dealing with the stock market, and you're dealing with thousands and hundreds of dollars being moved and pushed in a day. And so that's what's going on here. So I said, you know what? I'll just wait until she pulls back. Now, this is where your structure comes in that you trade. If you know anything about market structure, and I've had a lot of videos of talking about market structures, there are different types of structures such as support and resistance zones, key level zones, quarter levels, 1,000 levels, half levels. You have trend lines, anything that you use, right? Market structure basically says, I'm going to place this particular thing at this particular point in the market or this exchange rate. And if price comes back to touch it, this is where I want to enter. That's what you're basically telling yourself when you're dealing with market structure, okay? So I am a supply and demand trader, which means I typically deal with higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, and I'm trading with the fluctuations of buyers and sellers in this market. So it's not so much for me moving to the left to see how many times price has touched one point. That's actually invalid for me. I don't care how many times price touched one area. I just care that price comes and touches an area one time for me to enter a trade. So point in case, I have my estimation zone here. I need price to stay above 35,808. Here's the reason why we need price to stay above it. US30 is the Dow Jones. It's basically tracking the performance of the top 30 companies within this fund, right? So when I think about supply and demand, I'm thinking how are these companies performing, and what is the value of these companies and their to their customers, right? And if price keeps going up, the performance or collected average performance is going up within these companies, right? So I'm thinking about supply and demand for these companies, right? So as I'm thinking about this, I'm looking to say, okay, how many people are buying within this area? Because we have price that pushed up to 36,000. In my mind, if price can stay above 35,800, the buyers will come back to push price above 36,000. That's what an uptrend does. It passes the previous highs, right? So I want to buy US30 at a discount. That is where my zone comes into play. So my estimation zone is what I call my supply and demand zone, because I'm estimating this is where price will come back to touch, has to stay above 35,800. Now, I entered this trade here per the 30-minute time frame. So once price came back to touch this zone, and I'll show you guys here. Okay, once price came back to touch, I noticed that she gave a beautiful spinning bottom, which is this candlestick right here. Beautiful spinning bottom. And I ended up entering here around this area after the doji candle, which was the next 30-minute candle. I'm a very patient trader. Like, I need a little bit more confirmation. I'm very conservative. And I ended up holding the position. Now, I want you guys to see what happened, okay? So I'm in a position around this area. My stops are around here. Okay, this is where my stops are. And my take profit, like I said, is back up to that previous high. And make sure I have it here. Okay. And that's one area I had the first targets. And second targets are around a little bit higher, around this area here. Okay. Now I really want to make sure I have to go back to the higher time frame to make sure that's right. But this is what the trade looks like. Now, immediately I get into this trade. I'm in profit. Yes. But then price starts to go against me. So to my traders out there who worry about drawdown, and I'm going to go to the 4 hour because I never manage a trade on a lower time frame. I always manage my trades on a higher time frame because you can see something on that lower time frame that causes you to panic, causes you to get out of your trade, and then it goes your way. So never manage a trade on a lower time frame. Just go up one time frame. You'll feel a lot better if you do that, okay? So you kind of have to do psychology tricks, and that's a psychology tip that I would like to give you guys. So dealing with this time frame, and I see price go against me. And so what I do was I walk away. I get my children. We go watch a movie in a room. I'm snuggled up against them. I take a little nap, and then I come back, and price has just skyrocketed in my favor. So how do you guys think I felt when I saw that? I was elated. I was ecstatic. And price got like above here, this area, and I just took my profits. I said, listen, I'm not going to wait. I'm in profit. I've made a decent return. I am out of the market. And by doing this, and this is why I want to talk about something with prop firms next week, it actually helped me reach a goal. I've been trying to reach this full year, and I reached it just trading US30 and of course a couple other things. But it was just the focus, and it was just walking away and not feeling defeated after being in drawdown, seeing that I'm down hundreds of dollars so quick, and then just to see it change within the next 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours, just to see that change, because I really do trust my process. I really do trust my system, win or lose. Yes, no one likes to lose money, but one thing I've learned in this game, after 5 or 6 years of trading, tight stop losses can really hurt your career. It's really mind-boggling. Not trusting your system, not trading the same technique every single week. If you're always switching, you never get good at one thing. And now I'm learning not to overwhelm my watch list or my trading portfolio with so many currency pairs or so many markets to trade that I cannot keep up with. Just having a handful of things to trade, whether it's something in a different market, but keeping the same analysis. I don't change my technique if I change the market. I never do that. I just change the lingo of how that market performs, or I change the risk size of how that market performs. Now, what I've also learned about trading US30 is every broker values the lot differently. So dealing with US30, one thing I now this is a public struggle I can actually talk about, is the lot size on here is different from other brokers that I've seen track this where you could trade this indice. So in some brokers you can use 0.01 lot size and make a really great return. This one you kind of have to use like 0.1 to 0.9. So it's increased, right? Even when I was dealing with different cryptos, I realized that it had a different value for their lot sizes. And so this is with this particular broker, and I'll talk about it more next week. This is something that I'm experiencing. But nonetheless, I'm saying all of that, you guys, to say that when you're trading an indice or you're trading something outside of the Forex market, such as crypto or a REIT or a bond, it's always important to understand how this market moves and maneuver, okay? I've had fun trading this indice. I'm going to keep trading this indice, even going into the new account next week. And it even had a potential setup again this morning that I've not traded because I'm waiting for something to happen next week. And if I would have traded this, I'd be in profit right now, right? So this has been fun. This high volatility area, this increased momentum. This is one where if you're a counter trend trader and a trend trader, it's nice to trade. But for me being a trend trader, I've actually enjoyed just trend trading this because I found that if I counter, I'm not as comfortable. So I'm still getting used to how this indice works and moves, even though I've studied it for years before actually trading it the last month. So I hope you guys like this recap. I hope you guys like the recaps of my trades. I know I've had some people say, you should go live when you trade, but the thing is, going live when you trade, you have to have a setup, and there is no guarantee my setup will come at the same time every single day. So I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want my time being wasted. I rather just do recaps because I rather teach people how to fish and find their own setups versus depending on someone else's time who may not be on your schedule. And if you're that type of person and that's something that you want to learn, pretty soon in the future, I'm going to open up my community to accept more people. I just had to backtrack really quick because there was something that I had to work on to make my coaching program even much more successful for other people. And now that I've done something and hit a milestone and a goal, my new goal is to help other people do the same, who can follow me a lot easier. And if I do live trade, I'll already have those times set up, but also be able to help put people in trades as they see fit versus just my eyes. I don't want anyone dependent on me when I teach and coach. I'm teaching people how to become dependent versus codependent on someone else. Okay, so if that's you, make sure you stay tuned to the YouTube, checking me out on Instagram, and you guys go and have a safe weekend. You guys be blessed. Talk to you next video.